everyone, welcome to week 2 of Featherstone Farms Winter CSA. I'm Abby and I'm going to give you a quick preview of some of the things we have in the box this week. So first on the line, we've got a couple different types of squash. We've got butternuts and pie pumpkins. The pie pumpkins are going to come in a lot of different sizes, so we'll see what comes to your house. There are some this big and there are some that almost seem fit for carving, but they should make really great pies and soups and anything you do with squash. Jack also did a great write-up on how to preserve butternuts this week in the digital newsletter. It's on our blog, so go check that out if you don't really want to use all your squash right away. Jack will give you a good lesson on how to cube it, pre-cook it, and put it away to use in April with asparagus or later in the summer when we just don't have butternuts. Next thing on the line, I'm super excited about these. I started growing them last year. It's a Savoy cabbage and it's pink and green. These things just have awesome color and they make great slaw. So they're a lot lighter than a storage cabbage that you'll see for the rest of the winter. They're light and they're fresh. They have great flavor for eating fresh or with stir fry, but they're not gonna keep quite as long as the storage cabbage. So use those maybe a little bit faster. We've got everyone's favorite Featherstone carrots. Most of the winter we should have those. We've got onions, still have onions on the farm to use. You know how to use onions. Use those all winter long too. This week we have gold beets on the line, so these aren't gonna change the color of whatever dish you cook with them. So they have pretty much the same great flavor of the red beets that you're used to, but they're maybe nice if you want to add beets in with other veggies and other sides and you don't want to dye all your food red. So I really like those gold beets. We have broccoli again this week. We're not going to have a whole lot of broccoli left for this year, so enjoy it while we have it. It was really hard with broccoli this year with all the rain, but this last group has been absolutely gorgeous. It hasn't been breaking down too fast, so I think this should keep, this should keep a little bit in your fridge, but it's best when it's eaten fresh. So enjoy this. It'll be coming to an end soon. Everyone knows the Hawkeye turnips are one of my favorites. I think I'm giving you lots of tips for cooking those. We've got maybe a couple more weeks of Hawkeyes here this winter. We still have a bit of celery that came out of our tunnels, so enjoy that in your soups while we still have it. It'll go great with your carrots, go great with the turnips. You may want to just trim it up a little bit and put it into plastic to store it in your fridge, but I wouldn't try to keep this too long because we've been sitting on it for a little bit here. Yeah, enjoy that celery. Believe it or not, we still have tomatoes in our tunnels. These ones this week are going to have a little bit more color, so I would say you're gonna be able to use these this week. Probably not much need to wrap them up in the paper bags and ripen them. These should be ready to go. We're still super excited to have tomatoes coming out of the tunnels this year. And hopefully we'll have at least one more week of those for your box later this winter. We're coming to the greens side of the line. This week we've got lacinato kale, which is still looking beautiful. These are growing tips from the plants. Once we get towards the end of picking through a field, we go through and we pick off the growing tips. So you'll find these tiny little leaves here in the middle, and those, basically you'll just want to trim off the stalk, but then you can still use those middle leaves just as you would any of the others. They're going to be a little bit more tender, but they have the same great flavor, and that's why that explains the different shape than maybe you're used to. We have another round of mustard this week, but this is a different color and maybe a little bit different flavor. This is a red mustard, but it's still pretty spicy. It's got that wasabi flavor that gives a kick to your stir fries, or maybe you'd even want to chop it up in ribbons and put it in to your slaw with the Savoy cabbage, just for a little bit different flavor, a little bit spicier. This is probably our last week of dill. We keep thinking that it's the end. It doesn't love the cold as much as some of the other fall greens, but it's still going strong. So we've got these big fat dill bunches for the week. I would just put it in a jar of water with a little bit of water and a plastic bag on top. That's how I find that those bunching herbs keep the best in my refrigerator. The last on the line that we have here is spinach from our hoop houses. So lots of spinach from our hoop houses. Actually, no, this came from the field. We washed and dried this yesterday. It was kind of a muddy mess picking in the rain, so hopefully these are nice and clean and spun dry for your tables. You can eat that, in a saute, or if you want to mix it, we've got these beautiful salad mix bags here this week. So all sorts of different textures and colors and flavors in this mix. I don't know if it's going to hold for the next box, so really enjoy this while it lasts. And yeah, really enjoy the box too. We've got a lot of nice green things alongside the roots. Oh, and apples. We forgot to bring the apples in, but this is our first week featuring Hoke Orchard apples. Nathan, why don't you give us a quick little show?
Here they are, Hoke apples.
We did a little partnership with Hoke this year that we're excited to tell you more about in the upcoming weeks. Nathan and his team spent a lot of time over there picking apples and learning all about the systems over there. So we're excited that this is the first week of apples, and we're going to tell you a lot more about that partnership in weeks to come. Thank you.